and really like you said, the big thing for me is, you know, having been a realtor, it's what excites me the most and where I can really have the biggest impact. And I hope other real estate professionals also think this way with their clients. But it's helping families with probate and estate held properties.
Yeah.
You know, of course, there's a part of that that's helping families get it fixed up, cleaned up, and get it sold. Off market as is, or for on market top dollar.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds, and I'm excited to be here today. I have another fantastic guest, and honestly, he's going to talk about probably one of the topics that is kind of dear and near to my heart. Just being in a relationship with my dad, seeing him, help families in time of grief and trial. I think what this gentleman is going to talk about can alleviate some of the pressure of decision making when you're at a point where decision making is kind of hard to do, right? And so I'm excited. I'm gonna let him talk about everything that he's involved in. But I'm so excited to introduce you all to Mr. Garrett Brown. Mr. Garrett, how you doing today, sir?
Good, Quentin. Thanks for having me, and I appreciate that intro. So, yeah, you're exactly right. It's fun, talking here and have find out some familiarities and some similarities that we've got. And really, like you said, the big thing for me is, you know, having been a realtor, it's what excites me the most and where I can really have the biggest impact. And I hope other real estate professionals also think this way with their clients. But it's helping families with probate and estate held properties.
Yeah.
You know, of course, there's a part of that that's helping families get it fixed up, cleaned up, and get it sold. Off market as is, or for on market top dollar. But bigger than that, and more importantly than that, it's how do you come in with a servant attitude and a way to acknowledge the family that, hey, mom or dad just passed. You've
Mm,
got multiple siblings with multiple ideas on how they want to spend the proceeds, and it's the biggest amount of, called an equity event, or it's the biggest amount of money that they're going to come into at any one time. So we've got to make the right decision on tax savings
yeah.
and what's the right way to do it, when's the right way to do it, how to not leave money on the table. So whenever I go to a meeting with a family like that, it's never a listing appointment.
Mm,
It's always a selling consultation,
mm,
because they may not sell it. They may, it's what's best for you, and we're going to lay out a bunch of options. So it's never just, here's my plan for marketing, here's the open houses and the sign in the yard. Or it's not the other way too, of even though I've got a bunch of wholesalers or flippers clients, it's not just here's a low ball offer and let my guy buy it to then move stuff down the road.
yeah.
It's all hearing what the family wants and needs, and that's really where we can be our best, is listening more than talking.
Yeah.
Of course, I say all that, and I've been talking the whole time, but that's the podcast, right?
That's the podcast. You're supposed to talk here, Garrett, man. This is what this is for. But I love it, man. It's interesting talking about listening.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
You said it's always going from a seller consultation and not really a listing option. I never quite
Yeah.
thought about it quite like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we always just call it, listing meeting, listing consultation, or, hey, we're just, meeting, new buyer consult, or when people say, oh, this is my past client. It's like, well, dang, that's all I am to you. It's not, it's not it's not a client for the future. It's not a client for life. It's not a friend. It's not a whatever.
Yeah.
So even, switching the names of how on the realtor side, we would normally call it to go into that thing of, hey, I'm not going to push my agenda for this meeting. It's hear what they need and find out what their needs are, and then fill that with a solution.
Yeah.
And so you could do option A, B, or C. Which one's best for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just, it's like I was just meeting with a family a couple weeks ago, and my interest in it is get the renter out of there, sell the house, and help have that money pay for grandma's care in an adult home.
Yeah.
Because they've been keeping this rental forever, and the value hasn't necessarily gone up. It's in a nice area in Seattle, so the prices haven't necessarily gone up a whole lot. And, it's renting for a fine amount, but it's only a good amount because it's been paid off and the family's had it for a number of years. It wouldn't make sense as a rental necessarily today.
Yeah.
But my whole thought was, hey, we can either sell it when the renter's out and take that money and put it into, a DST or, some sort of deferral, more, an investment that goes for 3, 5, 7, 10 years and can be paying for grandma's stuff, take a little hit on the proceeds to help pay for her care. Or we just go directly into a 1031, buy a small apartment or a commercial space, or just take the tax hit. And what they're likely going to do is keep renting it out to a new renter and sell more stock. But that was the best thing for the family.
Yeah.
After giving all options and talk to them and educating them some on, here's some tax deferral things. If you feel like you're stuck we can't sell the house till mom passes to avoid a 28.8% tax.
Yeah.
What else could we do that's tax deferred to help pay for grandma's care? And, so it's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, man, like I told you, man, I really appreciate what you guys do. I think you guys are vital, and for me, growing up is, I told you I grew up in Baltimore, and so very very rough neighborhood, and so I love my
Right.
parents because my parents were so they kind of helped change my mindset because their mindset kind of changed, right? From when they were younger, and so one of the big things was for your family is life insurance, just making sure. And I told you like how my dad, what he's involved in being a pastor, that was a big thing. If you had life insurance, that way that kind of took pressure off of you when the funeral came about, right? But then like the
Yep.
more you grow and more involved and get better with money, like now talking about estates, like making sure that where everything is, wills, estates, so that way when things happen with death, because we as a pointing on the man wants to die, you kind of got that stuff in place. And so, man, I love talking this stuff, and I'm so glad you're on. But I want to dig into
Yeah.
a little bit about you, man. So we're gonna get back to the
Okay.
business. But I got 2 questions that's more about you. So one, tell me your origin story, man. How did you get into this space? How did you walk up to that? Tell me about that, man.
Yeah. And I actually started in real estate when I was 22 years old back in 2012. So I
Right.
wouldn't necessarily recommend people now getting in right,
Yeah.
right out of college or right when they're getting started in their professional career.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah.
Mostly because I've seen it. I've seen people be best working in real estate when they have their own network, whether it's from a corporate job before or, some realm of activity where they're able to switch into real estate. But for me, it was great. I loved it because I had a little bit of a runway as a young single guy. Say, I know I want to do something working in long-term sales. So it's
Mhm.
going to be insurance, financial advisor, mortgage, real estate.
Uh-huh.
And coming out of the recession, when it's like, wow, there is a lot of, opportunity in real estate, and all these, unfortunately, all these people had just gotten burned 5 years prior of
Yeah.
buying stuff too expensive or on adjustable rate mortgages and everything. So you heard all these bad stories. Thankfully, I was in, high school and college at the time. Um, so I came at it kind of with fresh eyes, but always had mentors, to it. And so I was able to get in the business, and I really enjoyed the aspect of, the time you put in is the effort that you get out of
Mhm.
it. And so that was good. And the long-term investing side, I enjoy it so much more, in real estate, where, you know, you put 10-20% down on a place, and that's all your capital invested, but then, you make 80-90 on the back end. So that's what I always will tell people is, how is your money working for you? How, what are you making money when you're asleep? Are you making money when you're on vacation?
Yeah.
Um, so it just
Yeah.
it worked out that the avenue to owning real estate and investing, it was through being a realtor.
Got you.
So lots of different paths, but yeah, that's how I got into it. First in Portland, Oregon, and after
Mm.
5 years moved up here to Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. This one may sound more like a philosophical question, but I
Hmm.
and maybe not, I guess. Maybe I just wanted to say the word philosophical. I don't know.
Yeah, oh,
But
yeah,
I have a phrase that I say probably every podcast. Destiny has no wasted moments. Right? Meaning no matter what we go through in life, these moments along the journey make us who we are now, right? And I know you
yeah,
said real
yeah,
estate, started when you was 22 years old. And like you said, it took different paths, did a move. And so I would love to know in your journey in real estate, in your journey in life, what has these moments taught you about yourself? As you made these turns in real estate, has it taught you discipline, resilience? Has it made you your eyes sharper? Like, what has these moments taught you about you, man?
yeah. That's great. And of course, a lot of times we learn from pain, right? So
Yes,
it's like
sir.
if everything's all good, we don't learn the lesson
Yeah.
that's needed. So, and I'll send you this in post show so you can put it out or show people too. But
Please.
4 years ago, right about now, I was in a car accident as a passenger with some buyers of mine. I was in their car, rainy, rainy day, late afternoon, and we're on a country highway and trying to take a left turn and got T-boned. Someone's coming right at us, 55 miles an hour, and the guy didn't see him. So, I had so much resentment that taught me a couple things. One, glad to still be here and be talking and everything. But I so wish that injury could have just been a broken arm or a cast on the wrist or something like that to show people of my injuries. But the concussion, the physical therapy, and
Yeah.
the slowing down and the brain fog were have been so difficult to deal with because a couple years of not being on my game and not being sharp.
Yeah.
So what does that teach us? Not to hold resentment
Mm.
to the guy that was driving the car that day, but also too that life is precious and that we can't. I was I was out of my area and out of, they were driving. I wasn't in control of the situation in any way.
Yeah.
Not that we ever are.
Yeah.
Um,
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
but just thinking, hey, everything's going to work out. I wasn't thinking of my wife and newborn at home at the time. I was thinking of how can I make the next buck,
Yeah.
and going too hard, too fast, charging too hard, too fast, and not stepping back to think of, okay, where do I fit into the situation? Okay, they're over an hour, they're an hour and a half away, kind of a different market. Um, what am I just going to the next shiny object,
Yeah.
or can I hone in and stick to what I know
Mm.
instead of trying to chase the next little thing,
Yeah.
get sidetracked. So and how that, sure was I say that of, the client type was out of area and not, not necessarily the best fit, but it ends because of the car accident and the recovery to that. It's like, shoot, had I just stayed at the office
Mm.
that day and worked on my, done better follow up with the other people in my realm,
Yeah.
uh, would have led to more money, more deals, and more success on some other stuff instead of a couple of years of, being out of commission
Yeah. Well,
and
that's
being out of commission and out of commissions.
yeah, this is a good laugh, man. You look, you
Yeah.
got me over here. You was hitting me, man. I thanks for the laugh at the end. But
Yeah.
also I just thank you, man. Thank you for the gift of your vulnerability and transparency.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I asked that question because I firmly believe one of the constant in the real estate professional is themselves, right? Is like
Yeah.
that's constant. I mean, you're making
We
decisions
got to
on
get up and go get it
exactly.
every day.
And sometimes we have to we have to look back. It's a word I'm looking for. I don't know why I can't grab it. But sometimes we have to reflect. Sometimes we have to reflect on where we've been, and kind of how we got to the point where we are now. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you got to remind yourself that this is not the toughest thing that I'm gonna go through. Sometimes you got to remind yourself, like, I've overcome things in the past, so I'm gonna overcome this. Sometimes you
Yeah.
have to remind yourself that 13-year-old kid that's in you, like, what did that 13-year-old kid want to be? And sometimes you look at yourself like, wow, I'm actually living a dream that I actually told myself I was going to live back then. And so I just
Hmm.
believe this is part of the journey as well. This is a part of stabilizing yourself, grounding yourself,
Yeah.
and all of that is directly tied to your success in your business and the decisions that you make. So that's why I love
Hmm.
asking that question. I love when I talk to people that's successful asking that question, because I want other people to watch, to really pay attention to the pattern of their life. Patterns tell
Yeah.
stories. We are an amalgamation. We are a compound of decisions that we make, and I just want people to be aware of that. You understand what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Totally.
yeah.
Totally.
I appreciate you, man. But let's get back to the business, man.
Uh
Um,
huh.
what is your next real goal? Like, what are you looking to solve or scale next, man?
Yeah, the next real goal is really to I've done a couple talks and I've got one coming up, and I'll share that too. But it's to be a speaker and on seminars, and really it's at these retirement homes, and
Okay,
it's all about the class that we're teaching called Funding Your Future,
got you.
where it's me and a financial advisor, and go to a retirement home that's in our town. We've done a few of them, people that we've been connected with through our city chamber of commerce and
Okay,
whatnot.
yeah,
But how it's mutually beneficial to all three parties, and it's the retirement home has people that have come there, but they're not ready to sell their house yet and move in there.
yeah,
And maybe it's daunting. Maybe it's how do we figure it out? For for me, it's getting a sale and helping with the family, but using those funds to work with the financial advisor to only be pulling, set up some plan to only be pulling off the interest, working off of interest to then pay for, 5, 10, 12 years of retirement home.
Gotcha.
So we work the plan backwards that way. Um, as far as, okay, what do you need to get out of the house sale? How long do you want this money to last? And we called a hub and a spoke model. Think of it
Oh,
like a bicycle wheel
yeah,
where, the client is the middle there, but it's the retirement home is working directly with me, working directly with the financial advisor, or then the estate sale person, the landscaper, who's going to, clean stuff up and take care of it. We've got all those people. So we're all on one team
yeah,
with it being very client centric,
yeah,
on what's best for them. So, yeah, what I would like to be doing, and my encouragement for other people is if you are passionate about it, if you can put the time into it, it would be fine. Find your realm that you want to speak on, find your niche, and dive all into it, or make that a focus. So that's what we do, from our side.
see the smile on my face, brother? So well said. I love that, man. I think that's beautiful. I believe in
Yeah.
creating ecosystems where people thrive. And I think that's that will that you just described.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, you're why can't I find my words today, Garrett? Lord, you're very honest. Very honest. Like, hey, it's about the sale, but it's the ecosystem of we have what you need that can help. And I love that you're going
Correct.
into the senior homes and that you want to help. And so, because I got a question I'm about to ask you, I'm kind of prominent
Yeah.
question because I love community. I honestly believe healing happens in community. And
Hmm.
what you just so eloquently described is how I feel is that when you have the right thing in place and you create a community where everybody can be with Thrive and everybody can get what they need. It's just an ecosystem of everybody being made whole because that's what healthy means, being made whole.
Yeah.
And when you're holding your finances, holding your and your mentality, whole physically, whole and when it comes to your money and your family, I believe all of that is a healthy environment. That's a communicable environment. And so the question I want to ask you is to get your opinion on relationships. Like
Hmm.
what is your perspective on relationships, business relationships, relationships with your clients? Just talk to me a little bit about relationships from your perspective.
Yeah. And, think of that as you're saying it, I think of it, twofold from, whether ending on, that topic of, okay, seniors still need to be in community, and they lose that with work and when friends pass or a spouse pass, they're widowed and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we need to get them in community. But then also too, on our side as a realtor, I do with my coach called the Wheel of Life.
Mm,
And it's an assessment of, okay, we have all these facets of, how's your business, how's your marriage, how's your colleagues, how's your clients, what's going on, outside of, your working out or your activities and everything. And if any of those are down, oh, I'm a 10 in this category, but I'm a 3 in that category, that wheel is going to be very bumpy. So it's how do we balance out that wheel of life? So it's a great assessment to do. And I do that
yeah.
monthly to say, shoot, I okay, great. I did a couple deals this month, or made a good run at it at the cost of family time, at the
Yeah.
cost of burned a bridge here, or missed out on a lost trust with someone because I missed a couple meetings in a row of something because I was chasing something else.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, the importance of relationship and monitoring that wheel of life for all those different categories is huge, because that shows the whole person. And we're in a long-term business, and we're in a relational business. So we can't shortcut anything. It's all got to be our whole self, and to how our mental health and our physical health does affect our work, because we are the individual person out there, and the energy that we're putting off, or how we're showing up. If we're showing up, um, with a sense of service and being willing to help, or are we showing up selfish and frantic? I've
Uh,
unfortunately have done both, and it's doesn't. I'm not helping anyone, including myself and my family, by showing up rushed and trying to push for what I want, and it's not, and you run into a brick wall.
Yeah. And I love the way you showed up today, man, with just so much humility and transparency, man. I appreciate it. And I wrote that word
Thank you.
down when you said it the first time, servant, and you just repeated it. And I literally, I saw it, and I'm gonna say something to this, and you said it again, the word servant, and
Uh-huh.
showing up as a servant. And people that watch me, they know I say this a lot. I believe at the foundation of any sustainable and successful business is servitude, is serving the people who you are in contact with. I believe just not as just a gimmick, but when you really service somebody, you are really finding a need, and that need will continue. You can continue to nourish that person, that the demographic, that avatar, that person over and over because they're like, "Hey, I'm here to serve you." Yes, we make money. Yes, this is a business, but when it comes down to it, this is something I know is going to benefit you and your family, in your legacy, in your generation that comes after you. And that's why I was so excited to talk to you today because I really do
Yeah.
believe that what you do impacts generations. And
Right.
if people can have safety and have safety is not the word I'm looking for, but if they can be secure, they can be secure
Yep.
about their estate, secure about the decisions that they make. Again, that will perpetuate a certain communicable safety ecosystem that families can thrive in.
Well, Q, how have you done that for your clients to help, again, give them that security, or show them to be confident and competent, and, hey, we may not agree on the right path to get there, but okay, now we're all on board and this is the right way this is the right way forward. How do you demonstrate that to your clients?
Yeah. So you are proverbially my client. Like this
Yeah.
this is what I do. And I think I told you from jump, I want to create conversations for you to talk about what you need to talk about. So that and I think that's a brilliant question. So I tell people all the time, and this is what I live my life about. This is how I can say hell yeah and hell yes to stuff very, very quickly. I
Yep.
tell people my purpose is to unite and my passion is storytelling. So that word unite, it means putting two pieces together or integrating something. So I want to one connect people around the world with each other. This is what I do through the podcast. I want to now one of the sweet spots is real estate. And so I want to talk to a
Yep.
real estate professional and create an atmosphere for them to talk about what they do best. Because again, that's a connecting point. And it also, what you're talking about, it gives people the chance to integrate this into their life. It means nothing if we're just talking and people not doing
Right.
nothing with the information that we give. And so, how I feel like I'm serving my client is to create a space for you to take this nugget and integrate it in your life and literally change your life. So, I call
Hmm.
myself a change agent by just connecting people with other people through conversation. And my way I do that is through storytelling. Like, this is a platform for people to share their narrative. And so, that's how I feel like I'm helping people. I feel like I am an agent to help people get the resources that they need that can change their
Yep.
life. And I don't have to be the expert. The expert I have to be is facilitating the conversation. That's where my
Hmm.
expertise comes in. So yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
That's great.
That's a
And I'm
great
thinking
question.
too. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. And something too you touched on earlier, and I'd want to hear more from people older and wiser than I, but how did you say you noticed when your dad, your parents are helping people through a funeral
Yeah.
procession, or just that time, how have you seen you know their hearts change or their attitude change over the years, maybe coming from a sense of lack to a sense of hey, I've been around the block, I know what to do, and here's how I can best help.
So did you see how this guy reversed this back on me? I'm supposed to be interviewing him. You see this, but this is great because I've seen. Unfortunately, I haven't I haven't been involved where I've seen the turnaround too often in like one family, right? I'm either so he's alluding to, and I think people, if y'all don't know, my dad's a pastor. My dad's been a pastor for 40 plus years. And so I've worked with him. He's had to do a lot of funerals. And I mean, going to emergency rooms, we're releasing the body to funeral homes, and then, him suggesting funeral homes that we've worked with. I've carried, not to be too morbid, but I've carried bodies out of houses in body bags to help,
Mhm.
paramedics fit them into the car. And so to answer your question, most of the time I'm coming in different, one paradigm or the next. Either
Yep.
we don't have anything squared away with will and estate, or they've had their life insurance buttoned up. They know, the real estate, they know who's going to get what in the estate. And so what I've seen is just two different dynamics decide where people didn't have it together. And I hate to say it like this, but they
Yeah.
had it together and they didn't have it together. And they're worlds of difference. Um, the peace, because it's everybody's grieving. So don't get it wrong, you're grieving a life, but you've seen a peaceful transition where, family is always going to be family, but nobody's fighting over money. Nobody's fighting over, this is what I want done with the program. I'm the one paying for it. So you don't get it. You don't get to have a say. I've seen when stuff is in place, there's more peaceful and more time to grieve in a healthy
Yeah.
way than worrying about how we're going to pay for stuff, who has the power of attorney, who has stuff to say. Like, I hope my dad don't mind saying this. My dad did not even go to his mother's funeral, all because there was a fight amongst
Siblings.
the family.
Yeah.
And he told them, he said, I've done everything for my mother when she was alive. Everything for now that she's passed on, everybody want to jump in to be the hero. He said,
Yep.
I've done things for her when she was alive. So I know I'm giving you a long-winded answer, but what I've just seen the polar opposites of when they have stuff in place and when they don't have things in place.
hmm hmm
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah, and even I mean, sounds like your dad was that second brother in the prodigal son story of he was steady and consistent and been there forever for the family, and then the other, the first brother the story is about, he goes away, takes his inheritance early, spends it all, and then comes back and says, "Wait, I need," and still welcome back with a dinner and a party and everything, and then your dad says, "Hey, I'm checked out,
Yeah.
for this funeral service for this weekend. I'm out because." I've been doing it for years and I'm
Mhm.
going to be here and I'm going to be here for years in the future. So you guys just want to come around real quick and all that. So
Mhm.
gosh,
Man.
but yeah, that
Yeah.
that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and the best thing I can, you know, yes, that unfortunately that happens.
Yeah.
So what can I be doing from my professional side to help get a family ready for what could happen? And it's connecting them, talking to their, CPA if they have an accountant, making sure that they say, okay, where are we getting taxed at? Okay, great. Now we get the step up in basis points. Let's sell the house. Let's go. But if we need to take care of that before they're both gone, it's how do we get them into a 1031 exchange or something else tax deferred, um, so that they can make their money last, so that when we get to funeral time, there's still something left over and that kids are happy and on board and you can grieve like normal and not worry or think about the money.
Absolutely. Garrett, I appreciate you, man. I think this is the first time, and I do a lot of shows a month, probably close to 100. This is the first time somebody interviewed me. That was brilliant, man. You a sneaky guy, man. That was brilliant. But no, I appreciate you being here.
People want to hear from you, Q. People want to hear from you. So,
No, I appreciate you, man. Listen, brother, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate with you, learn
yep.
more about what you're doing, man, how can they get in contact with you, sir?
Yeah, I mean the easiest way is the website sellwithgb.com. My initials sellwithgb.com. And like I said, next month we've got, a talk at a retirement home. That's here in Kirkland, Washington, but we'll be on Zoom too. And really the reason why I say it doesn't matter where you're at is because we'll always do a consultation, and then it's connect you to the right realtor in, wherever home is. So like I'm doing one right now. Friends of mine, they're, from church softball and uh but they've got a family house in Arkansas. And I
Yeah.
said, "Hey, let me interview a couple people real quick to make sure that you're getting the right realtor." I don't know anything about Fort Smith, Arkansas,
Yeah, right.
but we find the right one through, a national coaching program I'm a part of,
Yeah.
or of my brokerage, part of leading real estate
Yeah.
companies of America. and so or of the world. And
Yeah,
yeah. So we'll connect you with the right people. So I would always say if you have a question on probate and estate, please reach out on that sellwithgb.com. Doesn't matter where you're at, and I'll connect you to the uh right place.
absolutely. So, Garrett, man, let me say three things to you, and I
Yep.
mean them sincerely. So, first, thank you for your time. Could have been anywhere in the world, man, but you gave us your time. I greatly appreciate that, sir. Time is our most precious commodity, so I don't take that shortly. Like, having control of
Right.
our time is everything. So, thank you for your time. Secondly, thank you for your story, for the gift of your transparency, the gift of your vulnerability. Again, since we are both Bible-based people, man, Jesus taught in parables. So parables are powerful. Stories are powerful. They're allegories. They're meant for people to see more than one meaning in. And I believe so much of what you've said has given people a chance to just see different ways, different options, different angles of what's
Yeah.
going on within their life. And they can, take that and apply it. And lastly, man, thank you for your perspective, the way you think, your mindset, and bringing that mindset to this platform. It was refreshing. And again, I know it helped change people's perspective. So I appreciate you coming through, sir.
Yeah. Thanks, Quinn. Thanks so much for having me, and looking forward to helping where I can.
Absolutely. Well, listen, y'all heard Mr. Garrett. Y'all got two interviews in one. You very rarely get that. So listen, check him out. Go into the show notes, get in contact with him. And definitely, whatever you do, check him out, but definitely make sure you are subscribed here because I keep telling you, we're going to keep bringing up amazing people like Mr. Garrett. Wasn't he amazing? Wasn't the show amazing? This episode was amazing, right? We're going to continue to churn them up. So, Mr. Garrett, thank you again, sir. Everyone else, y'all have a fantastic day.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.